Block there. Huge block.
Oh, that's epic. Tina, big play from the Tina just then. Tamir, who's up the way? They get it.
Oh,
how about that?
Wow.
I'll have a strong, smooth, creamy latte.
Be your own barista at Coles Express. With award-winning Coles Urban coffee culture from just $1.
Express yourself.
At Coles Express.
To this NBL 1 South clash between the Keilor Thunder and the Ballarat Miners. And before we kick off proceedings, we'll just do a quick welcome to country. We begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people, traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today. And we pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. We extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today. But welcome to the Advent Print Media Show Court as we kick this one off between the Keilor Thunder and the Ballarat Miners. I'm your host, Todd Morris, and I've got the pleasure to be joined by the young Max. Max, welcome to the men's game. This is where it starts to fire up. They take it to another level. We might see some dunks. We're going to see some deep threes. But tell me, what are you expecting to see here tonight?
I'm expecting to see a big game from that man, Jacob Lampkin. I mean, he had 16 boards and I think it was something like 20-odd points a couple of weeks ago in round 4. I'm hoping to see a massive performance from him. And then on the Ballarat Miners side, Preston Bungai, he's certainly posed a challenge for any opposition this season. So it's going to be a really interesting game. Just quick mention, shout out to sponsors MG at Essendon, Bowler Boys, Advent Print Media, MOG Orthodontics, Telemarine Early Learning, Melrose Early Pizza, and Essendon Mazda.
Thank you very much, Max. I am also a big Lampkin fan. But the thing is, for me, and this is something that the Keilor Thunder have struggled with, is to incorporate others into the game. So we see Lampkin. Lampkin will do his job, and then we need some others to step up and kind of do their tasks as well. So it's been an interesting clash here tonight. I think we're going to look at that point, to the point guard, Tyler Kidd. Tyler Kidd against Mount Gambier lit it up early, started the first quarter with 13 points, but then was quiet the rest of the night. Since that occasion, hasn't done much else. He went to high school with Jacob Lampkin back in Seattle, and those two are a big combo, working 1-2 combo in the high post, and they run off the screens and they'll look for each other down low. But I guess the other for me is we're going to have to look at other scorers like Reese Lewis. He's got to have to hit the scoreboard tonight. Chiok Riak, he's been great from three from downtown. It's going to be interesting to see him tonight, to see if he can shoot the three ball. But this Ballarat team, they're much better position on the ladder. They have been beating some teams, and it'll be interesting to see how this one pans out tonight. We have 2 minutes left. Let's go for a quick prediction. Your prediction tonight?
I'm going with the Keilor Thunder. I mean, it's hard to emphasize the massive loss of Zach Triplett a couple of weeks ago with a broken arm. But I think they're just going to get the job done. Jacob Sampkins going to grind it out for them. And I just don't think the Ballarat Miners are going to be strong enough to beat this Keilor team.
I am going to go Keilor Thunder with you. Well, that's because I'm the hometown caller. I look after our own here at the Advent Print Media Show Court. And now the coaches are just going to say their final words. So Luke Sunderland for the Ballarat Miners giving his charges the last word, and Liam Glasgow for the Keilor Thunder. And it looks like a fantastic crowd, and you're probably with us at home on the KO freebies, or you could be streaming on the NBL One website, where I like to get all my content. Don't forget, follow NBL One South on Instagram, where you can see all the latest plays of the week. The top 10 plays of the week's my favorite. I thought Keon Dennis 2 weeks ago was stiff not to feature in the top 10. He had a nice spin and dunk. Let's hopefully get a couple of top 10 plays here tonight, Maxi, and you can get your commentary all over them. So get excited. This game's going to be a big contest. 30 seconds left. You want to tell me the starters for the Ballarat Miners?
Yeah, starters for Ballarat. Number 1, Preston Bungay. Number 2, Colin Sapwell. Number 21, Jalen Miller. And number 23, Nick Pozoglu. And number 24, Jordan Lingard. That's the starters for the Ballarat Miners.
I'll do Keilor. So we've got Lampkin in at number 12, Riak, Matt Spencer, Keon Dennis, and our point guard, Tyler Kidd. So as we go to take the tip, Jalen Miller v. Jacob Lampkin. So here we go. This is going to be an interesting tip. Let's see who gets first possession for the game. And the referee will throw it up, and that will be out of bounds, and we'll get a Keilor ball straight away.
Lampkin got down nice and low there. Spencer to inbound.
So Spencer to inbound the ball. He'll look to Kidd. Kidd will start to set this up for Keilor. So he goes early off to Riak. Riak looking at his options, doesn't like what he sees and switches the play. Keon Dennis on the 45. He tells his charges to move around. He gets a screen off Lampkin. No, he doesn't. Decides to go baseline, finds Riak, but they'll be off feet. And that will be a Keilor ball. We should get a shot clock reset. They'll have a fresh 14-second clock. And we see an early sub. Tyler Kidd coming off for Lewis. An interesting move early. Maybe they just don't like the matchup. Liam Glasgow, but he'll make a sub anyway. Lampkin at the top. He was hot early last week. Riak on the 45. Looking down, leap to Keon Dennis. Oh. And up with the dunk. What a great way to start a baseline dunk. And Ballarat with the ball now.
Yeah, Pozoglu brings it up. Dishes to Miller, who goes to Bungay. At the top on the left wing. Wants to take it all himself on Lewis. Kicks back out to Lingard. Can't get it to go. Lewis with the boards. Pushes the floor aggressively. Lewis. Back to Spencer on the right wing. Kicks it back out. Lampkin at the top instructs Lewis. Once Dennis comes around, doesn't quite set the screen he wanted. Dennis rolls to the ring, can't get it to go off the ring. And Bungay presses up the floor.
So Bungay happy to kick that out to the top to Pozoglu. Pozoglu will go down low to Sapwell, and Sapwell will lose it. Matty Spencer pushing the ball down the court quickly. Now he'll slow it down through Riak at the top. So Lewis to take that off Riak, and he'll get it out to Lampkin. And Lampkin goes with a little fake spin and tries to go off the glass. Ends up getting 2. And that will be a goaltend by Jalen Miller. So fantastic move by Lampkin early with the spin. Now, Keilor, Lampkin telling his charges to get up and play the press, but they don't. So, Keon Dennis to take the matchup on Pozoglu, the captain for the Ballarat Miners. Now, he'll get it out to Jalen Miller at the top, gets it out to Jordan Lingard on the 45, and he looks to kick that ball around to Sapwell. Sapwell driving down the middle with a floater and misses, and Riak with the boards.
Riak goes to the left-hand side of the court to Lewis. They want to push the ball, the Keilor Thunder. Spencer, Lampkin, Lewis, 3. No good on the wing. Boards grabbed down by Jalen Miller. Brings it up the floor. Goes inside. Preston Bungay in the post on Lewis. He's got a size advantage. Uses that advantage off the ring. Can't get it to go. Spencer brings down the boards.
So Lewis now working the ball up the court. So he gets it at to Lampkin at the top. Now Lampkin to do his magic. Keon Dennis on the 45. He's asking for a screen. Gets it deep into Lampkin. Lampkin to go to work on Jalen Miller. Lampkin with the hook, but misses.
Here we go. Colin Sapwell up the floor. Right wing on the 45. Shot fake, nicely done there by Jalen Miller. Works his way to the inside. Right elbow shot, knocks down the jumper.
Great shot there by Jalen Miller, really strong jumper. So Lewis to bring the ball up now. And let's see what he can set up. So he's got a double option there, the two high posts in Riak and Lampkin. Lampkin to get it, Riak to get it off to Spencer. Spencer brings it around the top and finds Keilor Dennis on the baseline. He goes baseline again, kicks it out to Lampkin. He has his on the two, kicks it out to Riak. Riak out to the top to Lewis. No, off the front rim and a rebound. Bungai taking the boards. Now he pushes down the court quickly behind his back, kicks it out to the corner, and that's a turnover. Matty Spencer.
Gave the ball straight to him. Keilor Dennis presses the floor straight up, all on his own. Off the glass, it was in and out. Toilet flush. Thank you, Keilor Dennis.
So Keilor Dennis going off the glass in a nice move. He knows it. He's been on fire early for Keilor Thunder. So now they're working the ball around to Sapwell. Sapwell goes baseline, gets hit, but drops the ball. Lewis now bringing it up the floor, and he'll slow it down a touch. Lampkin to set a really high screen, but that defense there by Cohen Sapwell was really tight on Lewis, and he fouls him, and we'll get a sideline ball.
Spencer to inbound. No further substitutions made here by the Keilor Thunder since that first minute. Here's Lewis. Lampkin. Lewis comes off a little bit of a screen. Riak on the 45 finds Lewis, who goes down low, inside, takes on three, can't get it to go. Offensive foul called on Lewis, dropped the elbow, and then he was sent flying.
So another substitution now. Kidd coming on for Lewis. So Kidd only played not much of a minute, and then Lewis played 4 minutes, and they've substituted twice between them. So interesting stuff. Liam Glascott just wanting to get a different matchup. So Keilor Dennis now, Lampkin on the top to Jalen Miller. Jalen Miller on the 45 goes down the middle now, and he gets it out to Pozoglu. Pozoglu finds Jalen Miller again. He has his, and then goes down the middle and pulls up for a sweet two.
Lampkin, Kidd. Gets it back to Lampkin. He's run the floor the past few weeks for Thunder. Dennis, Riak, pulls it up. Heavily contested, drops it. Shoots an arrow right at his heart.
Riak getting on the scoreboard early from deep. I like it. And you're right, he pulled that little arrow. That was fantastic. So now Pozoglu on the 45. He finds his man in Sapwell, and he goes up and he's blocked by Lampkin. But it looks like the referee found a body check on Lampkin. Lampkin thought he had all ball, so did I. But now, checking into the game, we see Cruz Beasley. So Cruz Beasley coming on for Keilor Dennis. Cruz Beasley plays for the youth team here at Keilor, so fantastic for him to be able to get early minutes coming out of the youth team. I saw him play a youth game here 3 weeks ago against Blackburn and absolutely dominated and earned his spot in the men's NBL 1 team. And we see Nicholas Pozoglu hitting the first one and hits the second. So the lead now is out to 3 points for Keilor in 5 minutes to go in this first term.
Kidd, right wing, Lampkin. So you just mentioned Cruz Beasley at the left wing, off the leg of Pozoglu. He's certainly on his right to prove his worth in this league, Cruz Beasley. Inbounds to Kidd. Goes to Lampkin. Back to Kidd at the top. He wants to find Lampkin, couldn't. He eventually finds him through what we'll call a pass, and Lampkin gets the two off the glass to go successfully. One
of those cheeky airball shots that we like to call a pass. So I wonder if the statisticians mark it down as an assist. But what a great lane there by Sapwell to go up for two. Now Riak will have the ball down the court. He gets it out to Spencer, and Spencer gets it to Kidd at the top. Now, Kidd will work him off the screen. Lampkin, is he down low? What does Kidd do? Dishes it out to top to Beasley. Beasley with a little hezzy step and kicks it out to Spencer. Spencer now, he'll drive and go. Finds Beasley underneath. Beasley underneath and one. So the young kid finding some room. And there'll be a foul on Jalen Miller. Jalen Miller thought he got all ball. But the referee the umpire thought different. So the referee, sorry, thought different. I'm almost in footy mode, Max, calling the referee's umpires. But Cruz Beasley for the and one.
Proved his worth in his first few minutes. Can't get it to go. That's okay. Miller with the rebound. Pozoglu brings it up the right-hand side of the floor. Takes it, pushes it unexpectedly. Lingard back to Pozoglu. Can't get it to go. Lampkin deflected. Ends up in Riak's hands for Spencer to bring it up the court. And as he does so, no one in the paint. This is interesting here from the Keilor Thunder. Open paint, open lanes. Kidd goes inside. There's that open lane for Spencer. That's the play they were running for him. Under the basket, Spencer.
Smart assist by Tyler Kidd. He went the reverse lane, faked it, and got it out to Spencer. Then he went up with the reverse layup. That was magical. So Jalen Miller out the top, and he kicks it into Bungai. Bungai pull up for two and misses, but he'll get his own rebound and go straight up, and he'll end up getting the two. So fantastic work there from Bungai. Now Tyler Kidd, he'll get it out to Lampkin. Lampkin will happy to bring it down the floor. So Spencer to come out and meet him, and he finds Riak. Riak now going to do his work, so he gets it out to Kidd and fakes the screen there. And Riak's still alone in the corner, but Kidd's got the handle, pulls up for a fadeaway too. That was strong.
Here we go, press the floor, Sapwell, stolen by Spencer. Beasley up the floor against Miller. Can't get it to go, ends up with Spencer. Chance to reset for the Ballarat Miners on defense. Double teams Lampkin, finds Spencer in the inside. Can't get it to go, Miller comes up with the ball, Sapwell. Another 24 seconds on the shot clock. They don't want the 24. They'll take not even a quarter of that as they find their way to the ring. It's a push and a baseline ball.
So a foul there committed by Beasley. And that was before the shot, and we'll have a baseline ball. So Keon Dennis now checking in for Matt Spencer. So Bungai to inbound the ball for the Ballarat Miners, and he finds Jalen Miller. Jalen Miller fakes out the 45, and he looks to go baseline and pull up. And three! What a strong three by Jalen Miller. Tyler Kidd now. Keilor looking to move the ball quickly to nullify that. Beasley in the corner, out to Lampkin in the post. He finds Keon Dennis all alone for three!
Keon Dennis, what a player. They're still down 7. The Miners pushing the ball. Zoglu, their captain, off the glass. The Miners finding a way inside the paint. So dominant. Don't need to use the perimeter. Here's Kidd. Lobs it up for Lampkin. He's almost triple teamed now. Can't find a way through that. There's Lingard. Back to Bungay. Bungay goes down the floor. Wants a baseline drive on the reverse. Can't get it to go. Was fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2.
Lampkin putting his hands on his head. He knew that was a tough bucket. He could have let that one go and he would have missed anyway, but he'll get subbed out now for the debutant in Jake Martin, who's been elevated from the VBL to come and play in the NBL 1. He's a handy big, and it's going to be good because he can give Jacob Lampkin a quick breather. They were struggling in the bigs department, so Bungai with the first one, he hits. So that now makes the difference to 4 points. So Keilor Thunder on 20 and the Miners on 16. Bungai will pull the trigger on his second and hits it. So Collins to inbound the ball, gives it to Kidd. And now Kidd, he looks to set up. He gets it out to Keon Dennis, wasting no time on the 45. Gets it back out to Kidd at the top. Keon Dennis now finds Collins streaming down the middle. It goes off the glass for 2.
Lingard. Here he goes. To Pozoglu. Martin heavily defended him. Lingard fighting for the ball against Beasley. Finds the way for Zachary Dunmore, who can get it off the glass with a nice hand under throw. Here's Kidd to Dennis, who goes back to Kidd at the 3, pulls up the 3. It was expected to go in, it did not. Pozoglu pushes the floor. This is a Ballarat Minor style of play off the glass. Nice, quick, fast.
So Ballarat bringing that score now to only 1 point. So Keilor 22, Ballarat Miners 21. Kicks it inboard, back out to Kidd from deep. No, but that's a miss. And a rebound there by Dunmore. And he'll get it out to the captain in Pozoglu. Pozoglu happy to move the ball quickly down the court, and does. Was he collected? No. Gets it out to Bungai for three. No, and that's a miss. Oh! And the big rebound by Zach Dunmore. He's come on and he's absolutely set the world on fire, scoring and then with a big board. And that was a foul there on Jake Martin. So that will be his first NBL 1 South foul, while we see Zach Dunmore go to the line for 2.
20 seconds left in this first quarter. Ballarat Miners down 1. Dunmore can't make the first. Chance to square up the score heading into quarter time. Makes the second count. Squares are all tied. Here's Kidd. Up the floor. Just going to hold the ball. Shot clock's off. Collins. Dennis. Back to Kidd at the top. Finds Beasley. He goes. Pulls the trigger on the three. It's good. It is good. Cruz Beasley. Straight from the youth league to the big time. That's quarter time. 25-22, Keilor Thunder take a 3-point lead, heading into quarter time thanks to KO Freebies, Foot Locker, Dream Courts, and the NBL 1 South.
So we'll take a quick break, and myself and Max will be back with all the action in this one. Do not go far away, because this is going to be an absolute ball game with Keilor Thunder holding a 3-point lead. Welcome back to this NBL 1 action. As Max for Keilor, so Keon Dennis starting the night early on 7 points, Tyler Kidd on 2, Jacob Lampkin, slow start for him, only on 4, Matty Spencer on 2, Riak on 3, Broden Collins on 2, and Cruz Beasley, the youth player, coming up to the big stuff on 5. And now let's have a look at Ballarat.
For Ballarat, 4 points for Preston Bungay. He's been a star so far, alongside 3 boards, no assists yet in the first quarter. 2 points for Colin Sapwell, 3 points for Zachary Dunmore, no points for Amos Brooks or Ned Renfrey, 7 points for Jalen Miller, 6 points for their captain Nicholas Pozoglu, and no points as of yet for Jordan Lingard. Here we go, second quarter about to kick-start underway. Should be a great kick-start too in this NBL 1 South.
So here we go. It's with the possession. So Keilor technically winning the tip, as it was a turnover to start with, and so Ballarat will kick the ball off, and in the hands of the captain Pozoglu. So he'll kick it out to the wing to Dunmore. Dunmore looking at options, and he'll elect to drive and pulls up for 2 and splash. What a great 2-point play. So Kidd will bring the ball up now for the Thunder. He's assessing his options, and he's met by Dunmore right at halfway, and he gives him a bit of a hard time, but he manages to get it off to Keon Dennis. Now he's working his man, gets a screen from Lampkin. He's looking at Lampkin on the roll. Dennis will go all the way, and he'll go to the line for 2. He's got a very, very quick first step, Dennis. You don't want to give him that one. He'll take advantage of the drive all night as he goes to the line for 2, and we'll see a substitution here from Keilor. So Spencer coming in, Lewis coming in, and Kidd and Beasley coming off. Liam Glasgow happy to pull the trigger early on the subs if he sees something he doesn't like, whether that be a matchup or something like that, a sub within 30 seconds of this second quarter. And Dennis missing the first one. It's a point of the difference with Keilor holding the margin by a point. And Dennis hits the second and makes it a 2-point ball game.
Pozoglu brings it up the court for the Ballarat Miners. Goes to the right-hand wing, where he finds Dunmore, who finds Brooks. Wants Sapwell on the drive, pulls up, off the glass, bank shot for Colin Sapwell. Now Lewis to bring it up the court. Found Collins, who wrestled for the ball. It's a foul on Collins. It's a Miners ball.
So Collins picking up his first personal foul for the game. Ballarat now with the game tied in 9 minutes, and we'll see a substitution. Sees that man, Amos Brooks, coming off the floor. Now, Pozoglu will bring it up, the captain, and he's met, and he'll give the ball across. And now look inside to Miller, but Lampkin with the steal. Lewis to push the ball up the court. Has Dennis on the alley-oop, and bang! We love to see that.
What a player. Dennis, he can do it all. Dunmore, Pozoglu, Sapwell at the top. He finds Pozoglu, his captain, Bungay at the top. He pushed back, stepped back, James Harden style. Was unsuccessful, Lampkin. Spencer brings it up the court. He goes inside, takes them all on, can't get it off the glass. Bungay comes up with it, brings it up the floor, wants to push aggressively, crossed him up, sent him flying to the floor. Spencer, Dennis comes up with the steal, and off he goes to the races for a put in 2 off the glass.
Fantastic play there by Keilor, pushing the ledger, making sure they move that ball quickly. So they start to work it around now with Dunmore at the top. What can Dunmore do? He looks to get it out to his captain in Pozoglu, out to Miller, out to Dunmore. He fakes the 3 and goes down the middle, off the glass for 2. And what a sweet drive. Now Lewis to bring the ball down for the Thunder. Gets it off to Collins at the top, and Spencer takes it off him. But Spencer kind of loses it. Will that be a backcourt violation? And no, it was off Ballarat hands, so he was able to pick it up. And Lewis pulls up for 3. No, and misses. And a big board there by Miller.
Jalen Miller up the court, goes on Lampkin, no easy task, can't get it to go, and here's Dennis pushing the floor, tries to find Lampkin, he can't find him, tipped out by Dunmore.
So it was off hands in the end, so we'll see a Keilor ball at the baseline, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Spencer was key to pass it in, but he changed with Lewis, and let's see what they'll draw up. So Lampkin at the top gets it out to Collins. Collins looking for his options and finds Lewis on the 45. He gives a little hezzy and back out to Lampkin. Lampkin searching, looking out to Lewis. He does a hezzy and falls for it, but no, he'll switch it over to Collins. Collins hasn't got long. 5 on the shot clock. Tries to find Keon Dennis on the baseline.
He's done more on the drive. Quick press. It's 2 on 3. Oh, it was in favour of the Keilor Thunder all along. 3 couldn't drop. Lewis got the rebound. Offensive foul could have been called. But no on Collins as he rolls to the bucket to get 2. Here's Bungay. He looks to extend and help his team. Dunmore looks to continue his form. Pozoglu goes to Miller. Near the elbow at the wing. Baseline drive. Hand off was good. Bungay tried to stuff it in. Couldn't, was fouled. He goes to the line for 2. Preston Bungay take a foul.
So we'll see a substitution. We'll see Collins come off for Riak, who was on fire early but has had a rest since. Now Bungay to take his 2 shots, and the Keilor Thunder crowd is starting to stomp their feet and make a little bit of thunder in the building. But that's not good enough, and Bungay sees through that and hits the first one. So that brings the lead down to 3 points, and he'll hit the second and make it only a 2-point ball game. So Lewis to bring the ball up the court. And it looks like Lampkin will set a high screen at the top. Lewis out to Lampkin. Lampkin, he's going to shoot for 3! Don't let that man get hot.
Jacob Lampkin gets 16 boards, 25 points, 26 points last week as Bungay crosses them all up to Miller at the wing at the 3. Here's Sapwell, no one you want to come up against. Gets it to go.
Keon Sapwell with a man in his face. There was a hand up the whole way. How did he end up hitting that? What a great shot. So Lewis to work his man under the screen from Riak. Get into Lampkin down low. He's got a man on the baseline but doesn't. Decides to go himself. It hits that man on the baseline I was talking about in Spencer. He'll kick it out to Lampkin and they'll slow it down. Lewis on the 45. Elects to drive baseline. Finds Lampkin at the top for 3. Oh, he'll end up getting his own rebound to push it out to Lewis in the corner. Lewis for 3. Bang! Lewis, they're getting hot from deep.
Find the open man. He does the easy work for you and nails a 3. Miller on the inside, tried to find Bungay, couldn't find him. Eventually found Dunmore. Miller, back of the elbow, wants to pull up, does. Post, fades, can't get it to go. React comes up with the ball. Now Lewis to React, back to Lewis at the top. Figures his options. What can they manifest out of this? The Keilor Thunder. Sapwell, an offensive foul the first time. Got it on the second time. As Riak drops his elbow and pushes away. No, it was a blocking foul. Called on Colin Sapwell. Wow.
So
I thought Riak just dropped his elbow there, his shoulder, and gave him a little nudge there.
You're right, Maxie, because
according to the rule book. Now,
one of the referees called the offensive foul. The other one called the block. But then the referee that had commanding position on the baseline ended up saying no, it was a block. So that call was overturned. I was in the same book as you, as the closest referee. He did signal a charge. And that was the second time Riak dropped his shoulder into that contest. And I thought Dunmore done enough, but obviously he wasn't planted in the eyes of the referee on the baseline. But we'll look at this ball game with 4.5 minutes to go in this second term. Keilor Thunder are up by 6. They're just mopping up the floor. There's some bodies have hit the floor, and we don't want anyone slipping over. So it'll be Spencer to inbound it, and there's a little bit of a hush over this crowd as this basket is important. Can they extend the lead? So Lewis will get it out the top, and he's screened by Lampkin, and Lewis goes one way and the other and crossover, and he'll pull up, and that's a nice 2. And we get a timeout straight away. Ballarat were not having any of that.
Luke Sunderland wants to have a chat.
He certainly does. So they weren't having any of that, and we will get our first timeout of the game, which reminds me, Maxie, it does remind me that if you are unfortunate in an accident, go to Cranwell Collision Repair Centre. Since its humble beginnings, Cranwell Collision Repair Centre at Albion have grown to a workforce of 12 professional body repairers and auto refinishers whose sole objective is to provide the highest standards of work in all aspects of collision repairs and panel beating. So that's one for you to remember in the future when you get your first wheels.
Yep.
Go to Cranwell Collision Repair. But then if your car, if the body's not well, but if the engine's not well, head to Metro Motor Mechanics. Metro Motor Mechanics in Coburg. We fully understand that when providing a car service, this is more than just a good mechanic and workmanship. It needs to be more. Quality and professional car repair, service and sales for over 30 years.
Well, what car do you drive, Todd?
What car do I drive? I drive a Mercedes-Benz, but we'll keep that quiet.
Yeah.
We won't tell too many people. I've just told the whole audience, but you asked me the question. I didn't want you to ask me that question, Maxie, but you did, and that's okay. So it will be Keilor ball with an 8-point lead with 4 minutes and 22 seconds. I am wrong. That's actually Ballarat minor ball. And I'll hand it over to you, Maxie. Bring us home in this one.
Kazoglu finds Sapwell contested in the corner. Miller, he gets it to Dunmore in the corner. The 3 is good for Zachary Dunmore.
Dunmore with a fantastic three in the corner. So Riak to give it to Lewis. Lewis will bring it up the floor. Let's see what he has on offer. So he'll give it out to Spencer on the 45. He gives it straight back to Lewis. Lewis was picked, but it will be Keilor ball.
Here we go, Spencer. To inbound. To Lewis, guarded by Dunmore. Goes to Lampkin. Lewis, pull up, two, can't get it to go. Miller with the boards. Pushing the floor is Sapwell. He had Dunmore coming around for him. Gets it back to Sapwell. Miller in the post on Lampkin. Goes, drives hard. Got him under the bucket, can't finish. And Beasley, the youngster from the Youth League, elevated to big time. Elevated Beasley. Goes. Finds Lewis in the corner, knocks it down. Sharp shooter Lewis gets the job done once again.
So Pozoglu to bring the ball up for the Miners, and he'll kick it out to Dunmore. And Dunmore back to Pozoglu. He's searching for options now. And he'll kick it out to the 45 to Sapwell, and Sapwell will drive straight down the middle and looks and pulls up with the nice two. Splash! What a good shot. Now Lewis will bring the ball down the court for the Thunder. So this little option, a double post, the double high post option wasn't good enough. They end up getting the ball through Dunmore, and he pushes it down the floor nicely. And he gets it out to Miller in the corner. Miller jab steps one way and comes back, and there he pulls up, backing his man down in Lampkin, fakes one way, gets it out to Bungai. Bungai in the corner. He'll kick it out to the top, and that's from the other suburb. And that's a miss. So Lewis to bring the ball down the floor.
Lewis to Lampkin at the top. Big man running the floor. Beasley. Once again, an open paint. Riak. Lampkin. Dunmore guards the paint. 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Beasley tries to go inside to Lampkin. Unsuccessful pass. Sapwell comes up with it as he falls into Spencer. He was at no fault, but the foul is called on his name and number anyway.
So we'll get a timeout called by the Keilor basketball team as Liam Glascott wants to have a chat to his men. An interesting start to this game. It is a 6-point ball game with Keilor on 43 and the Miners on 37. Now, we talked about some of the merchandise earlier. I talked about the cushions and the blankets, but the Keilor Basketball Association really step it out when it comes to these Thunder caps. They've got these fantastic hats that you can get from the store, $45 for adults, $35 for kids. Get yourself a little cap on the way out. You'll look good in a Keilor hat, Maxi, even though you're from down the Peninsula way. Now, an interesting game. Who do you think is on top? Like, I know the scoreboard says one thing, but do you think Keilor have the major ascendancy in all facets? Or?
Yeah, I think Keilor have got it mainly on the offensive end. Defensively, this game's, a pure offensive game for me tonight. I mean, you've got Lampkin, you've got someone like Bungay doing all the hard work, you've got Lewis knocking down threes in the corner. That left-hand corner, you've got to guard him. If you give him even like a centimetre of space, he's going to make you pay. So, for me, the team on top, the team that's looking to win this right now, like we said, the Keilor Thunder.
You're certainly right. It's going to be an interesting contest with 2 minutes left. We're going to see a sideline ball to the Ballarat Miners, and they're going to bring it in through Miller. He has the duties to inbound it, and I can imagine the captain, Pozoglu, is going to take it at the top. Now he's looking at his options, goes to the 45, fakes to Dunmore and goes down low to Bungai. Bungai with elbows, and he'll swatted by Spencer. Suspended to push the ball down the court quickly. Finds Dennis, nearly attempted alley-oop, but he finds Collins, and he'll go up for two. Some smart play there by the Thunder.
Here we go, Pozoglu. Pushes the floor on Dennis. Wants to catch him in a trap. Can't do that. Lingard was unsuccessful. Gets a tip away as he gets up off the floor. Falls back. Pozoglu. Corner three. No.
Dennis competing for the boards and tough board, and he'll push it down the court quickly, and he dishes it off to Lampkin. Lampkin's trapped underneath, and he'll get back out the top to Spencer, and they'll calm things down, the Thunder. And Lampkin will get it in the post, and he was tipped away, and that will remain Keilor Thunder ball. With 10 seconds left on the shot clock, we're going to see the ball on the sideline. Spencer to inbound it, and let's see his options. So Kidd to take it at the top. Kidd finds Lampkin, and he gives it back to Kidd. Kidd almost looked like he was happy to pull up. There's only 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Lampkin goes under, goes off the glass, and one! You love to see that play. He beat the shot clock, drawed the foul, got the basket, and now we'll have a chance to make it an 11-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely. What a play from Jacob Lampkin. We've seen him do it in previous weeks, showing why he's one of the best players in NBL 1 South. And it, for that matter of fact, NBL 1 all over the country.
So Miller to come off. He is in a little bit of foul trouble early, only on 2 fouls. But the Ballarat coach saying, sit down for this last minute. I don't want you to get a third. So Lampkin misses that shot, and the Miners will bring the ball down the court through Bungai.
The last 56 seconds.
So Bungai out to Dunmore. Dunmore on the wing, and he goes behind his back and pulls up for 2. So nice shot there. Now Keilor will want to try and score it around the 35-second mark to get what's called a 2-for-1. They'll want to get possession back again.
Collins to Spencer. We know the aggression of this Keilor team so far tonight. Lampkin. Set a fake screen for Kidd. Here goes Kidd in the lane. Can't get it to go. Nice rebound done by Brooks. Bungai. 3 for Dunmore was good. Dunmore nailing them. There's one player on each team who's a sharpshooter nailing threes. That's Lewis for the Keilor Thunder and Zach Dunmore for the Ballarat Miners. 5 seconds left. Kidd on the drive. Can't get it to go. Goes out of court. Doesn't matter. The buzzer goes off. The Miners wanted the clock to stop. They wanted an extra possession.
So that's half-time, where we see the Ballarat Miners 42 plays the Keilor Thunder 47. What?
They're going to get an extra.
No, hang on. So the clock expired.
So technically, the clock hadn't expired. It went out of court before the clock expired. There was 2 seconds on the clock.
So it will be interesting to see what they bring the clock down to. We'll confirm that in a moment as the referees have a chat. There was a timeout called anyway by the Ballarat Miners, and they will have a quick chat and see what we can draw up. But nonetheless, it's going to be a Keilor ball with a few seconds left. We saw that last play where we saw Kidd go to the rack, but the ball was swatted away. So the clock is just winding down. They're going to find the right amount of time left. Keilor take the floor. They have executed a few subs. Lampkin will come off for Martin. We also see Keon Dennis come off for Beasley. And so it will actually be Ballarat ball with 1.6 seconds left on the clock. So not much that they can do. All the Ballarat Miners will go to the baseline except for one player, and they stream forward, and he'll dish it long, and that's over the back. And that was touched by nobody. Who we got? We got a call here.
Preston Bungai claims he's touched it.
So let's see what the call is from the referee.
We're done.
So no touches, and that is now a baseline ball for Keilor. It's not touched off anyone.
No, we're done. They said they said it was touched off Preston Bungai, and the clock expired as the ball went out of court. So that's half time here.
So a crazy one because the clock never started, and the referee was able to call that on his own, which is quite unusual. So we'll go into half time with the Keilor Thunder up 47-42. You're listening to Todd and Max.
there.
Huge block. Big play from Tina just then.
How about that? Wow.
I'll have a strong, smooth, creamy latte.
Be your own barista at Coles Express. With award-winning Coles Urban Coffee Culture from just $1. Express yourself at Coles Express.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Welcome back to the NBL 1 South action. My name's Max Becker, joined by Todd Morris. Thanks to KO Freebies, Coles Express, Foot Locker and Dream Courts. Watch NBL 1 live and free. Download the NBL 1 and NBL app. Also watch it on the NBL 1 website. Thanks to KO and KO Freebies. We're going to go through halftime stats. Todd, Keilor, take us through the Keilor points.
Mate, I'll tell you what, it's been an interesting night. Keon Dennis hitting the scoreboard with 12 points. Tyler Kidd on 2. Reese Lewis on the 8. And Jacob Lampkin with 9. Matty Spencer, the captain, only 2, but he's normally a defensive player. And we see Riak only on 3. A quiet night for him so far. Normally he's electric from deep. Broden Collins on the 6. And Cruz Beasley, the kid from the youth team, on 5. And we kick it across to Ballarat.
Ballarat, 6 points for Preston Bungay, but he's done all the right things, 1%ers today. Colin Sapwell, 8 points. Zach Dunmore, 15 points. His shooting efficiency, free throws, 100%. His three-point efficiency is at 100%, and his 2-point and field goal efficiency is at 100%. He's 6 from 6 from the field. Zach Dunmore, what an outstanding player. 7 points for Amos Brooks, 7 points for Jalen Miller, 6 points for their captain Pazoglu, no points for Jordan Lingard. Something to keep an eye on, Todd, the assist count for each team. So there's 5 assists for Ballarat across this first half, and 11 assists for Keilor. So they've doubled their assists, which means, that's clearly what the scoreboard's showing us right now.
So, yeah, in terms of the assist count, they are a little bit more reliant on their teammates. They are finding that open look. Generally, that's off some work in the post and a little dish, or you see Kidd who's happy to drive to the basket and dish and do those sorts of things and find some open looks. And it's really contributing to his work tonight on the to Spencer, the captain, on the 45. Looking for Lampkin low. Lampkin backing his man down. Working one way, working the other. Was he fouled? And it was a travel call. So he went up with the ball and come down with it. And you can't do that because that is a travel.
Yeah, and he's not happy with that, Jacob Lampkin. You can see it in his face. Disappointed. They only hold a 5-point lead. As the floor gets wiped here. As Brooks hit the floor hard.
So they will wipe that away. We like all our volunteers, even the guys are mopping the floor. They do a great job. Now Ballarat will bring that ball down through Pozoglu. Miller now on the 45 doing his thing. Gets it down to Pozoglu in the post, and he goes up with a hook for 2. That was sharp.
Here we go, Kidd. Goes right-hand side of the wing. Goes on the reverse. Gets it to go. Kidd. Successful off the window. Pozoglu, their captain, brings it up the floor. Goes to Miller. He finds Lingard. Back to Pozoglu in the paint. Can't get it to go. Roller. Rolled off the rim. Pozoglu to Lingard to Bungay. Bungay wants to find Pozoglu. He does on the inside in the post on Riak. Post spins, fades, no score.
So that will be waved away, and it will be Keilor ball now to come in. So they are holding on to this lead. It'll be Kidd to have the duties, and Bungay will man him up. He gets it out to Keon Dennis on the 45. What can he do? Gets a screen from Lampkin. Looking Lampkin down to the baseline. Lampkin goes up off the glass for 2. Fantastic screen and roll.
Here we go, Pozoglu. Brings it up the court. Lots of options now in the paint. He's got Lingard cutting with Sapwell. Got a bit confused on his options. Too many options to pick. Couldn't pick. And now Lampkin comes up with the ball. Spencer pushes. Encourages Lampkin to come through. He does. Dennis on the drive. Cut off by Sapwell. Gets knocked by Spencer. Miller on the drive. Euro step finish off the glass.
So fantastic play there from Ballarat. Now just getting a warning. Don't knock the ball away when it goes through the hoop. But it'll be Keilor ball. React to inbound it now to Kidd. So Bungay will meet him at half court, playing a high press defense. So Dennis to bring the ball up. Lampkin fake screen. Dennis will go with a drive off the glass and misses, but picks up his own rebound, and the ball was knocked away, and it'll be Thunder ball on the baseline. So it'll be interesting to see what the Thunder set up here. Let's see if they can make something of this. So Dennis with it. He'll go inboard to Lampkin. Lampkin in the post, finding his options. Spencer out there. Now Dennis with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Goes one way, drives baseline. Tries to get it to Lampkin, but dishes out to Kidd at the top. He's got 3 seconds to work. He goes down the baseline, puts it up for 2 and misses. Bungay will quickly move the ball down the court. Let's see what kind of work Bungay can do, and he'll kick it out to the top.
Pozoglu, Miller looks to settle. Shot fake, no. Looks around. Bungay in the post, takes on 2 of them. Nice take to the ring to find the bucket. Preston Bungay, Kidd brings it up the court for Thunder. Now react for the Thunder. Spencer goes to Lampkin. Coming around was Dennis. Keon Dennis, he's been superb all day. Can he continue this second half? Goes to Lampkin, spin cycle in the post.
Lampkin with the spin. He's an absolute monster. When he gets low, he does a great job. Now Miller will have the ball at the top. Spencer on him. Bazongu will pull up for 2. Bazonga. Fantastic 2. So that brings it now to a 3-point ball game. Keilor holding on to this 3-point lead, 53-50. Now Lampkin, Spencer. Lampkin still holding it. Riak out the top to Kidd. Kidd on the 45, looking for Kian in the corner. Riak now down low. He's assessing his options. What has he got? Kicks it out to Spencer at the top. 6 seconds on the shot clock. He elects the drive, but he was blocked. And that was blocked by Sapwell. And that will give Keilor Thunder 3 seconds on the clock to operate something here. What can they conjure up? So we see Dennis to inbound the ball. There's not long. He gets it to Lampkin. Lampkin elects to go straight up for two. Strong play.
Sapwell inbound to Lingard. Sapwell wants to take it up the floor with aggression. Goes to Miller. What can they conjure up here? Miller wants to conjure up something. Dropped his elbow, no call. Lingard, too deep, no good. Lampkin, Kidd. Guarded by Bungay. Weaves his way through.
Unfortunate there, rebound by the Miners. Bungay to bring the ball up the floor. He's moving it quickly. Kicks it out to the wing. He goes up for three, but misses. React there on the boards. Bungay to get control. Now Ballarat will start to slow it down. They'll kick it out to the top to Bungay, and he pulls up, but he misses, and that will be a rebound over the back by Satwell. But that was a foul as he reached over the back of the Keilor Thunder. And that will be a foul to Satwell. And Satwell will be subbed off for Dunmore. Dunmore has been hot from shooting tonight, hasn't missed. So react to inbound the ball now to Kidd. So Kidd to bring the ball up the court. He's met by Bungay. Spencer looks to go at the top. Lampkin now at the top. He gets it out to Dennis on the 45. He's got the captain to beat. Lampkin goes down low, takes his man, takes the contact, and that's two. He was unlucky not to get the and one, but he'll go to the line for two shots. He worked his man under that baseline, rode the contact beautifully. Unfortunately, just didn't sink it. But it's a 5-point ball game, and he has the opportunity to bring that lead out to 7.
2 free throws underway for Jacob Lampkin. Nails the first. His performance deserves a round of applause. Jacob Lampkin only in the third quarter. Gets the second to go. Here we go, Bungay. To Miller, back to Bungay. Bungay goes back to Miller once again. Explores his options in Pizoglu. Goes to Dunmore wide. He was out really wide. Found him. Dunmore back to Miller at the right elbow. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Miller weaves his way inside off the glass around Lampkin. He was too good. Jalen Miller.
So the Thunder will bring the ball in now through Keon Dennis. So Keon Dennis, he'll find Kidd on the other 45, gets it out to Spencer at the top, and they are looking to switch things up. There's a real deliberate play. So time on the shot clock. React, you don't have to ask him twice. He'll shoot for 3.
Here we go, Pizoglu. Goes to Miller. Lampkin wants him to shoot. He says no. Dunmore gets around Lampkin. Wanted to get around Kidd, didn't. Bungay goes inside to Miller. Couldn't get the right shot off the rim. And Dennis will bring the ball up. Push aggressively as called by the coach. Goes Dennis. He had Miller crouched right over in front of him. Timeout called. And they want to have a chat.
So 10 points, the lead now. Ballarat were having none of that. They're called a timeout. And the coach, Luke Sunderland, wants to have a chat to his men. He ain't happy with what he sees. And especially on that defensive play there, we found Keon Dennis just all alone. And he was able to go up. You don't want to leave Keon Dennis any space or any room because he will absolutely punish you that way. So quite an interesting start to this second half. So we have 3 minutes and 54 seconds left of this third quarter. So quite an interesting one, Max. If you were the coach of the Ballarat Miners, what do you do to bring back this lead?
Well, you're 10 points down. Ultimately, you're at the defensive end. Your defensive pressure's lacking immensely. So pick up on the defensive end. Let's explore our options offensively. You know, let's kick it out wide. Let's find some different looks. Try and, you know, slow it down. If you're pushing it too far, you're pushing it too fast. Just bring it back a bit. Explore your options. You know, you've got...
Who's one player that you think they need to explore a bit more?
I think Preston Bungay. He's done the 1%ers, but it hasn't shown on the stat sheet, and it's certainly not showing on the scoreboard at the moment. So you get the ball in his hands, and certainly They've explored the option of Zach Dunmore. He's proved worthy. Those two guys are going to be the two to, set it on fire.
For me, Maxie, I would be looking to get that ball into that man, Jalen Miller, and get him to put some foul pressure on Lampkin. Take it to the hole, get Lampkin a foul, because if you can get Lampkin out of the game, you'll have an easier time of it. So Jalen Miller, he'll get it out to your man, Bungai. Bungai working Lewis under. He's able to do that, turns, and splash. He'll go to the line for and one. So the points will count. Lewis fouled him on the way out. So he'll get one look at it to bring this lead back a touch. So Bungai now with one shot. So this will make it interesting. At the moment it's 8 points, and that will make it 7. And there'll be some substitutions. So Spencer comes on for Keon Dennis, and Collins comes on for Riak. And it'll be Collins to inbound the ball, and he'll get it to Kidd. So Kidd will work his man down, Bungai. And let's see what the Thunder will set up. So he's backing his man down. He gets a screen from Lampkin. Lampkin on the roll. So Kidd goes all the way, but he's blocked by Jalen Miller. Get that out of here. Whew. Did you see that, Maxie?
Wow. An incredible piece of play from the Ballarat Miners. Defensively, I said, they're going to pick up. It was lacking. That's the play Jalen Miller had to construct.
Spencer gets it into Lampkin at the top. Collins, they swing the ball.
Back in the game.
Lewis now on the baseline. So he'll bring it out to the top. He gets it over to Kidd. Kidd working his magic underneath. He gets it out to Lewis. He had a hand in his face. He had to beat the shot clock, but he won't.
Here we go. Pushing up the floor, the Ballarat Miners got caught under it. Colin Sapwell. He's going to the line. Fouls on number 14, Spencer. And so unfortunate. It's a 7-point ball game. Keilor Thunder up 7, 62-55. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left here in this third quarter.
So we'll see a substitution for the Keilor Thunder. Lampkin will take a rare break for Long, who checks into the game for the first time. We'll see Spencer check out for Kean Dennis. Spencer in a little bit of foul trouble, sitting on 3 fouls. So Glasgow just wants him to have a little rest. So he's a gun defensive player and wants him to be defending at the end of the game. So with 3 minutes left in this third quarter, with a 7-point lead for the Thunder, we just had a little bit of a cleaning of the court as there was sweat on the floor. A big clap for the Sweat boys. We love that. But it is Sapwell to the line for a couple. Now, Sapwell hits his first, so brings that down to 6 points with 3 minutes left in the third term. Sapwell sets himself.
Makes the second count. Colin Sapwell.
Flash hits the second. So Kidd to bring the ball up the floor. Let's see what he can do. So he gets it out to Collins. Collins on the 45. Kean Dennis out the top. Now Kidd to demand it. He gets a screen from Long. Kidd then goes down to the baseline. Lewis in his hands now. What can Lewis do? He looks for Kean Dennis. Kean Dennis shimmies and goes. Lewis with a little hezzy, but he was travelled.
Called on the travel. Kean Dennis was desperately wanting it in the corner. Gave it to him, went back to him, and called on the travel, unfortunately. Here's Puzoglu. Miller. Gets it. Over to Sapwell. Back to Bungay. Dunmore in the corner. We know what he can do. He goes on the drive this time. Got him with a shot fake off the glass. Zach Dunmore showing a variety and range of what he can do on the court. As Collins brings it up. Lewis, he's Kidd. Keilor looking for some offensive options in their lineup now. Kidd, 3, no good. Here we go. Would have heard that clap of the ball. Lost by Miller. Lewis. Dennis wants to dunk. Can't. Goes straight through his hands off the glass. Puzoglu pushes the ball. Sapwell. Along the baseline. Goes inside. Puzoglu is fouled. No call.
So Keilor to bring the ball in now. And that ball is in the hands of the trusty Kid. So Kid out to Collins on the 45. Gets Keon Dennis. He rolls around to the top and dishes it off to Kid. Kid now looking baseline. Lewis with it on the baseline. He drives to the middle and he'll pull up. No, kicks it out to Long. Long holding it for Kid. Kid will go down the middle now. It's 5 seconds on the shot clock. He fights Collins with a smart pass underneath the basket. As good as you like, that little bounce pass. And the Miners will quickly push this ball down the court. With a minute 18 left. We'll see Jalen Miller with it. He'll get it out to the top and he'll kick it around to Satwell. Satwell now getting off to Dunmore. Dunmore drives in, but he's stripped by Lewis. And he'll get it back to Kid. So Kid to bring it down the floor. So Kid getting it, driving. Kid will go all the way. No, he'll dish it out to Keon Dennis. Collins at the top, little hezzy and go. He drives, goes off the glass, and he'll go to the line for 2. So 5 points in this one with 55 seconds left in this third term. And Collins has the opportunity to bring that lead out to 7 as he goes to the line for 2.
Make them pay. 5-point game. 55 seconds left in the third quarter here in Keilor. 2 shots for Collins. Can he make them pay? The big man. Knocks the first down. He's only halfway there on this set of 2. Here we go. Makes the second easy as pie, he says. I'm a jumping kangaroo. Kazoglu to Miller. Miller. Offensive foul. Pushed off him. Flop was a little bit exaggerated, but never mind. It's an offensive charge, an offensive foul on Jalen Miller.
So Charles Long drawing the offensive foul, having his feet planted. So 46 seconds left in this third term. Maxi, you're going to see Keilor try and go for a 2-for-1 here. So you want to score around the 35-second mark to ensure you get the ball back with about 10 seconds to go. So Kid, to do his magic, pulls up for 3 right on that 35-second mark. He misses, and Miners will push down the floor quickly, forcing it. No, and it goes up, and Keon Dennis, they battle for it. So Kid gets it back with 26 seconds on the clock. So he'll work it down, and this is their second possession. If they're quick enough, they could get a third. So Collins to go up. No, he'll kick it out to the top, and they'll slow it down as they know they have the shot clock on their side. So there's about a second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And that was the 2-for-1 I'm talking about, the 2 possessions to Ballarat's 1. So Keon Dennis will go down the middle of the court, and he ends up getting stripped, but Collins out in the corner. No, it goes off the upright, and that's a miss.
Buzzes off,
So
balls out
the
of court.
7-point differential with 0.6 on the clock. It will be a violation off the upright, and we will see Ballarat Miners inbound the ball. And again, coming towards the closing stages of the term, we have another clock and inbound fiasco, but it will be 0.6. The Miners will bring it in, so as soon as they get a first touch on it, the siren will, the hooter will blow, and
They want to get
as
up
soon
a
as
shot
he does,
here.
he does.
Oh, and he doesn't.
So it's 7 points to differential.
doesn't.
We see Keilor Thunder 68 playing the Ballarat Miners 61. And we'll take a quick break and we'll be back to dissect everything, and we'll get this fourth quarter underway. But do not go anywhere. We have an absolute ball game on our hands. Back to NBL 1 South action where we have the Keilor Thunder taking on the Ballarat Miners. Fourth quarter action, 7 points the difference. Maxi, take us through some of the scores, mate.
Yeah, Keilor, 16 points to Kian Dennis alongside 2 boards, 6 assists, influential part in this game. Just before we get underway, 17 points, Jacob Lampkin, not as many boards as usual, 5 boards. Now, if we get underway to the Ballarat side, 17 points, Zach Dunmore. We know how good he's been. Points have really spread. 10 points, Pazoglu, 11 Miller, 10 Sapwell, and 13 Bungay as inbound is underway. Fourth quarter's underway here at Keilor. Bungay goes Miller. He's got to play a part in this team in this fourth quarter, as he does.
So they'll inbound the ball now, and there's been a change at the point. So Lewis will bring the ball up for the Thunder. So we see our man, Tyler Kidd, on the bench, but it's an interesting lineup with Beasley, Long, Collins, Lewis, and Kean Dennis in the corner. But Lewis pulls up, but that's off the front rim, and that'll be a rebound from Jalen Miller. So it's an interesting move. Liam Glasgow resting some of his better starters so they can come home for this game. But he pulls up, Dunmore down from deep, and then it'll be brought down the court now by Lewis.
Lewis, the top. Goes to Collins. Big man has handles. Shot fake, kick out. Lewis, 3, unsuccessful. Collins, rebound, no good. Now Miller pushes the floor. Bungay in the corner. Takes his time. And as he takes his time, he spins. He goes. Elbow jumper, no good. Long with the rebound. Lewis brings it up the court.
So Lewis now calling a play. He's got 2 top posts. Long sets a screen. Long at the top. He's going to jack one up. Long off the rim. No. Nearly got the shooter's touch, but didn't. And they'll bring that ball down the court through Pazoglu. Pazoglu doing all he can with Kean Dennis in his face. And Miller with the little hezzy step and goes all the way and puts one off the glass for 2. That's a classy move. They need to get Lampkin out there as soon as possible to get a face on Miller. As he sits in front of me, he's about to check in the game, and so is his high school teammate and Kidd. Now, Lewis will have it out the top and gives it to Long out the top, and he gives it to Beasley. Beasley rolls off that post, but he ends up losing it, and Sapwell pushes it down the court quickly. Sapwell just working Beasley off it, and here we are. So Ballarat go through the captain in Pazoglu. Pazoglu pulls up with a little baby hook, and that's a 1-point differential, and Liam Glasgow is having absolutely none of it. He's calling a timeout, and I would too, as they've just given away a huge lead to only now hold the lead by 1. Liam Glasgow was quite interesting. He didn't start with a lot of his starters. So he had left Lampkin and the like on the bench, and obviously to save them for these last 7 minutes. But now they've given away that lead, and it's only a 1-point ball game. So it's going to be interesting. Get Kidd and Lampkin in the game straight away and try and settle the Keilor team down and get some work on the defensive glass, but also score some points as well. How do you see this one panning out, Max, with that little play there from Ballarat?
Little play there from Ballarat. Their team's up in arms, as they should be, only 1 point down. I still think when it comes down to the wire, Keilor are going to get the job done. I bet you Zach Triblet right there, the Melbourne United. He's going to be the face of Melbourne United in the coming years. He's a superstar. I bet you to be itching to get out there right now out of that cast.
He certainly
with a broken
would,
arm.
But he's not out there.
He lives for moments like this, Zach.
He certainly does. He can shoot the ball from deep, but he's not out there at the moment, and it's going to be Kidd, Dennis, Spencer, Riak, and Lampkin to take us to these last 7 minutes for Keilor. And on the other end of the floor, we have Bungay, the captain, Pazoglu, Miller, Sapwell, and Dunmore to bring it in. So now Kidd will bring it up the floor. Now Keilor want to get a settler here early so they can build up a little buffer. So Kidd gets it out to Lampkin at the top. Lampkin to Spencer on the 45. Spencer working his man under. Kidd out the top now. Kidd, what can he do? He's got Lampkin. He gets it back off Lampkin, and he looks to go up. 7 seconds on the shot clock, and he pulls up for 2. That's a strong basket. Puts the lead out to 3 points. That's exactly the response Liam Glasgow would have wanted from his men.
Yeah, absolutely. As Bungay brings it up the court. Miller pulls up a 3. He's been unsure about it all night. Can't get it to go up while the boards. He can't get that to go either. Pazoglu Bazoglu showing it, his intensity as captain, diving on it, comes up with it. Bungay off the glass, nice little reverse underhand lay-in from Preston Bungay as he gets his team around him to support him as they are only 1 point down once again.
So Lampkin having a tough time there. Miller making him work for every possession. Spencer now with the ball on the 45. Gets it out to Kidd at the top. He finds Dennis. Now back to Lampkin. Lampkin backing his man under. Goes one way, goes the other. But no, it's not on. Kidd has to jack one up with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Hits the front rim and Sapwell will rebound the ball. And he gets collected and that will be a foul on Riak. So Riak with the foul on the rebound. Now, Ballarat to bring the ball up with 6 minutes 33 left. There's 1 point in it. This is their first chance to get a lead. Okay, so they haven't led all game, and this is their opportunity to do so. So Bungay with the ball out the top, kicks it over to Miller on the 45. Miller working his magic. He goes down low, kicks it out to Bazonglu. Bazonglu goes up. He dishes it out to the top, and Bungay for 3.
First lead of the game for the Ballarat Miners, thanks to Preston Bungay. What a player, we've said it all day. He's stepped up, done the 1%ers. Now it shows on the stat sheet with some points for him as Dennis is on the left wing, goes inside to Lampkin. How good has he been today, Todd?
Fantastic, and we see him work his man under. He gets the hook, but he doesn't get the bounce with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Sapwell, he'll move the ball down the court quickly. Has he got his captain in Bazoglu? Throws up the alley-oop, but Spencer read it as well. But he ends up getting it back, Sapwell, and he'll pull up for 2. And now the Ballarat Miners take a 4-point lead with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. Keilor Thunder will be starting to feel the itch of that one. They have only won 1 game this year. You want to make sure that you have a winning culture, and because they don't have that winning culture yet, are they going to give this one away? But Kidd decides to pull up for a strong 2, and that will bring the lead back down to 2 points with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. But we saw the captain in Bazoglu happy to bring the ball up the court quickly. He was fouled, and that foul will be Keilor Thunder's second for the day. So Lewis checks in for Keon Dennis.
That's an interesting one. Well, 5 minutes left. I'd assume you want Keon Dennis on the floor. Maybe you want a sharpshooter in Lewis, but never mind. Bazoglu, Miller. Here we go. On the spin, the fade. No good. Lampkin with the boards. They're 2 points down the Keilor Thunder to Kidd. Comes up the left-hand side of the court. Scott Riak there if he wants to. Decides not to. Misses. And Sapwell gets the rebound. Brings it up. I want to drop a couple of daggers here. You can see it in their faces. The Ballarat Miners. He says, "You're too small," says Colin Sapwell with a little hand gesture next to his hip.
So with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left, the Ballarat Miners will take their biggest lead of the game of 4 points. But that reminds me, we have the next clash here at the Keilor Thunderdome. It's the women's taking on the Melbourne Tigers on June 4th. And so we'll see a double header where we'll see the women take on the Melbourne Tigers women at 6 o'clock, followed by the men taking on the Melbourne Tigers men at 8. And that's on June 4th here at the Thunderdome. And I will be calling that one, and I'm excited for it already. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have a tight ball game here with the Miners with a 4-point lead. It's 76-72.
But in saying that, the Melbourne Tigers, Mason Gaze, Hannah Giddy, Tess Heel, I mean, superstars.
Oh, it's a huge game, but
it's a massive game for both of these teams. I mean, these guys, they've got a couple of wins this season. The Tigers are going all right. Their women's have only got 1 win for the year. That was against the Hobart Chargers.
I think we're getting ahead of ourselves, Maxie, and let's focus on this one. The Thunder need to get up against the Miners first before they worry about the Tigers. And they are playing tomorrow as well. So there will be a double header over at Waverley. So the men and women will take on the Falcons men and women tomorrow. But all eyes are going to be on this game. So Riak to inbound the ball. Kidd is getting double teamed. So he's going to have to go to Lewis. No, he ends up going to Kidd. So that was a great double team by Ballarat there, putting a lot of pressure on. 4-point differential. Riak's going to have to push the ball up the court, gets it to Spencer. Spencer out to Kidd. Kidd now to Lewis at the top. He's on the 45, kicks it out to Riak. Riak pulls up. No, goes off to Mears, and Miller with the rebound, and he pushes down the court through Dunmore quickly. Dunmore will go up off the glass for 2. And that now is a 6-point lead for the Ballarat Miners.
All the momentum's with them at the moment, the Ballarat Miners. Kidd knocks it down from the free throw line. They try and get back this lead. It's back to 4. What a game, Pozoglu. He's got Miller. Dunmore's waiting in the corner. Doesn't go to him, goes to Bungay. Bungay goes to Sapwell. Called an offensive
Spencer with the charge.
No call, no points. Offensive foul, Keilor Thunderball, an opportunity for an either 3 or a 2.
Huge play by the captain. That is a captain's play, making sure on the defense to get across and plant his feet, and he takes the charge, and now they will get possession. So huge play by Matt Spencer. He seizes the moment, and the man steps up as his duties as captain. So Riak will inbound the ball. We have a bit of a press breaker on as Lampkin will help Kidd bring it in. No, Lampkin will go to half court, and Kidd will bring it up easily. So Kidd taking on his man in Dunmore. So Kidd working him under, backing him down. Goes through his legs. He gets a screen from Lampkin. Lampkin rolls to the baseline. Riak at the top, and Riak pulls the trigger for 3! Here we go, 1 point in it.
Here we go, Pozoglu. 1.3 minutes, 26 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Miller at the 3. Careful not to travel here. Pozoglu pushes past him. It's a defensive foul on Riak. And it's a Ballarat Miners ball.
So that will be Riak's second foul for the evening. There'll be a sideline ball here for the Miners with a point in it. The Miners holding the lead. They have a 14-second fresh shot clock. What can they do?
Here we go. An opportunity presents itself for the Ballarat Miners. Pozoglu on his way to the ring. Tipped in by Preston Bungay! Could that be a game saver? And win the game for them? We'll find out in these next 3 minutes. As Kidd goes up the court. Riak back to Kidd. Double jab step through the legs. Hezzy goes. Fancy pass. No good to Lampkin. Miller. Dunmore. To Bungay.
So we get a rebound now by Lampkin, and he'll push up the ball with Kidd. And Kidd working his way up the floor quickly. Kidd will go down to the middle of the court and kicks it out to Spencer. Spencer to Kidd now, and there's a 3-point ball game in this one. 14 seconds on the shot clock. He gets a screen from Lampkin. No, he doesn't. Elects to go baseline. Really hezzy. Lampkin at the top. Fakes one. Goes the other. Riak. No. Oh, almost a trouble, but he ended up getting the bounce in the end. But Miller will hold the ball, and he'll push it up the court with Count Dennis in his face. So Keilor starting to panic now on the defensive end, and he gets it out to Dunmore. And Dunmore gets it out to the top. He's on the 45. Goes into Miller. What can he do baseline? Him and Keanu Dennis go mono in mono. He backs him down. Goes up with the hook. Puts it under his arm. Kicks it out to the captain for 3 and misses. No, but Lampkin on the board. Getting it to Spencer. And he's going to push up the floor quickly. And he keeps moving. And he goes up. He's forced to go up in the end. And he'll go to the line for 2. So he's got an opportunity to shrink this lead to 1.
Here we go. 3-point game, only a minute 49 left in it. As Lingard checks in and Cohen Sapwell checks out of the game for the Ballarat Miners.
So an interesting thing on the sideline here. Charles Long, the experienced fella, calling his big men over in Lampkin and Riak and giving him some information, passing on some wisdom. And Spencer, not known for his scoring, but more his defense. He'll miss his first one. So it's 3 points the difference with a minute 49 left. The Miners have only managed to get the lead in this last quarter. So Spencer hits the second, makes it a 2-point ball game.
Lingard, Pozoglu. Pozoglu brings it up the court for the Ballarat Miners. What can they do here? Back to Lingard, finds Dunmore. He's all open, decides to go back to his captain, Pozoglu. Captain Pozoglu inside. Miller He's got 5 seconds on the shot clock, takes it in himself, misses. Lampkin comes up with the ball. Goes quickly to Spencer. Off his leg. To Lampkin at the top, back to Kidd. Another 14 seconds on the shot clock. Kidd, 3, no good. Bozoglu with the rebound. Bunge on his own, one-on-one against Kidd. Goes to the ring, draws the contact. He's going on the free throw line for 2 shots to extend this lead to 4.
So professional foul there from Kidd. He either gave up the easy 2 or he sends him to the line to earn his 2. So it'll be a 2-point ball game with 1:08 left. The Ballarat coach in Luke Sutherland had told the bench he wants a timeout on the next play, but elected to wave that timeout away when he saw his man Bungai get to the stripe. So Bungai now shoots his first, and that is in. So the foul, it was a professional foul, drawing the contact, forcing him to get to the stripe. Can he extend this lead even further? No, he misses. So it's a 3-point ball game with Kidd pushing the ball down the floor. He gets Keon Dennis on a bounce pass and he goes out to the top. Lampkin sets a screen for him and he keeps pushing. He's looking for Lampkin on the roll, doesn't. Gets the Kidd out the top. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Kidd goes one way, goes the other with a crossover. Lampkin from deep! No, off the back. Riak fighting for the boards. It was off Bungai, so that was off Ballarat hands. It'll be a Keilor baseline ball with a 14-second shot clock. There's 47 seconds on this one. Do they bring it down to the 35-second clock and get a 2-for-1? You want a 2-for-1 possession here. We'll probably look at Ballarat. They'll look to foul. Here we go. He's going to bring that into Riak. Riak out the top. What can he do? He works his man under. Dennis on the baseline. Right, and Riak with the fake for 1. Brings it out. Dennis, is he the man to shoot it? No, he jab steps, goes under the ring, goes up off the glass for 2 with 3 seconds left on the clock. He scores right on the 35-second mark, ensuring they get a 2-for-1. A fantastic play written up by the Keilor Thunder. Now it's only a 1-point differential ball game with the Miners holding a 1-point lead. Maxi, it's all happening here. How do you feel about this one?
It's going to go right down to the wire, as we've said all game. I mean, there's another opportunity here. If they can get a quick catch and go, you know, there's another opportunity. Like you've said, the 35-second mark, the milestone
the 2-for-1.
2-for-1 mark.
That's
exactly
what you want.
They get a 2-for-1 here, the Ballarat Miners. It puts them with a chance to win this game. If they don't score on this next possession, goes back to the Keilor Thunder. They score, the Ballarat Miners get a final last opportunity, possibly, to hold on to this game. We'll
see how it pans out, Maxi. Both coaches have got their men in their huddle, drawing up their plans. They both have a timeout each up their sleeve. So I can imagine that, I do call it a 2-for-1, even though there's 35 seconds left, but I can imagine that these timeouts are going to be used and we'll probably see the play go back and forth. But the magic number is 35 seconds for that 2-for-1. So the Keilor Thunder will get back on defense pretty quickly, or they're going to opt to press. So we see Dennis in the front court with Kidd. So Dennis will go to Miller, but they let them out of this pretty easily. So Bungai to bring it up and Dennis to man him up. So he'll quickly switch it to the captain, to Bozoglu, and he works it down low. Bungai at the top now. So interesting. So Bungai is going to set it up, and he's happy to lean on Dennis there. He's going to take his time. So they're going to use the clock as much as possible. So 7 seconds left, 6, 5. He elects to drive. He's got to pull up. He pulls up. He misses. It's almost a tap in. Lampkin pulls the board. No, they get possession back through Sabwell. 7 seconds on the clock. Keilor have to foul, and they do.
Sending him to the line for 2 free throws in the bonus.
So not to the line yet. Only 4 fouls. No, yes.
That's the 5th, yes.
No, called it to the line. You're right, Maxi. So this, they have the opportunity to bring it out to a 3-point game. So 81 plays 80. We have Jalen Miller and the Keilor Thunder crowd start to create a bit of thunder. They're stomping their feet. So Jalen Miller looking to shoot, and he hits the first one, so it's a 2-point difference.
5 seconds left of this game.
So here we go. So Miller, 5 seconds left. He's at the stripe. Can he hit the three? It's 3 points difference now. We'll get a timeout. And Keilor will have the opportunity to draw this up with a 3-point dagger. We could be going to overtime, Maxi. It'll be a great privilege. In the NBL 1 South, I haven't been to overtime. And if I can go to overtime with you, mate, it will be absolutely a pleasure. So, we're drawing up a play now. We're in the Keilor huddle. Me and you, we're Tim Glasgow each, right? Who's your man that's going to shoot the three-pointer?
Three-pointer or to the bucket?
Well, you've got to go three because you've got to even it up. Like, or you can go to the bucket and you can get it and
sorry,
one.
it's 3 points. Yeah, that's right.
You can go to the bucket and get it and one, but that's a risky play because they might not foul you. Who's the man that's going to shoot the three for you?
Zach Dunmore, wide open.
No, it was Keilor ball.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Keilor ball. Yeah, sorry. Lewis, find him wide open.
Lewis?
Get him in the corner. Get him in the far right corner over there.
You like Lewis. I like Riak. He's a big game player. He pulls the archery bow when he gets them. He's hot at the moment. He wants it the most, so it'll be interesting to see. So they've got a couple of guys that can shoot the three ball. It can either be Lampkin, it can be Riak, it can be Lewis, it can be Kidd, but someone's going to have to do it. So what I'll be doing is running a big screen off the bigger bodies. Look at Collins, Lampkin, someone like that to run a screen. Who's going to come out into the floor? We see Spencer, Keon Dennis, Riak. And who's going to be the other two? Lampkin. And one more is Kidd. So Keon Dennis is not going to be the guy that shoots it because he's going to pass it in. We've got Riak. Lampkin looks like he's going to free somebody up off the screen here. Let's see what happens. So Kidd is on the baseline. I reckon Kidd's the man to take the shot. Gets it out to Kidd. He's got to turn and go. Couple of seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Shoots. Was he fouled? No. Off the ring.
He was not fouled.
That's Ballarat Miners 83. Plays Keilor 80. And that's all she wrote. The Keilor Thunder go down by 3.
Wow, what a game. 83-80. 3-point win to the Ballarat Miners. What a comeback. They were in it all game. Finally, once they got a score through Preston Bungay, it was all done from there. And what a game. My player of the game. What about you? Preston Bungay did all the 1%ers, eventually showed up on the stat sheet with some points, led the team from the front, and wow.
Yeah, Bungay was fantastic. So was a lot of the Ballarat team in that fourth quarter. They didn't have any of the lead, only towards the end did they take the lead, and they were able to maintain it. It was a disappointing night for the Keilor Thunder as they led the whole game, but they coughed it up in the end. But I'm Todd Morris, thanking you for joining us on the KO Freebies. And Maxi, say goodnight to the audience, mate.
I'm Max Becker. Thanks for joining us here on KO Freebies. We'll see you back here real soon on KO with KO Freebies with the NBL 1 South. Thanks to Dream Courts, Coles Express, Foot Locker, and of course, the Keilor Thunder, MG Essendon Motors.
Thank you guys and good night.